Assalamu alaikum everybody, welcome back. Today we have got Mr. Faiz. He is a student of FAS here at the Aga Khan University. He is my class fellow. So today we will have a conversation with him, knowing about being a student at O levels and then studying at Aga Khan University and much more. So Faiz, firstly, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And could you please tell us a bit about yourself, a bit about your background?
Yeah, sure. So, I did my O and A levels from Karachi Grammar, and I had been at Karachi Grammar since seventh grade. And I basically I always knew that I wanted to do something within social sciences, so I always took those types of subjects for both my O and A levels. So that included stuff like maths and economics. And yeah, so then that led me to coming here where I'm currently pursuing the PPE degree.
You mentioned that you had been got admission into LUMS as well,
Yeah.
and at the same time AKU. So in GB, like in overall Pakistan, we know how like LUMS is a prestigious university, and people are like there's a lot of competition to go there, and like got into it, and then choosing not to study and coming to FS, which is relatively a very new field. So what is the behind the scenes story?
So I always grew up with like knowing that Aga Khan University is like a very good university to study at, obviously just for medicine and nursing at the time. But I always knew that they do provide very good facilities for their students. And then also additionally on top of that, my mom at the same time was uh, pursuing a PhD over here at IED. And she told me about FAS. One of her professors had told her, and she told me, you're applying for university this year. This is going to be their first batch. Just give it a go. You don't really have to go there if you really want to go somewhere else. And so I had my heart still set on LUMS, and until the day of my interview. So when I came in for my interview, I had two interviews. One was with a teacher from Sonam, and then one was with the dean. And it was my interview with the dean that really, convinced me to like join FAS. Because I really liked what the dean had to say about the program and the vision he has for the program. And so, it kind of pursued me to follow that sort of train of thought.
Wow, wonderful. Okay, so I just want to know about the school system in OA levels, because in FSC what we usually have is like just some like 2 to 3 options after your matric. So either you could go for pre-engineering, take maths and then biology, and it's I mean, how is in OA levels? How is it like there?
So O levels is essentially your equivalent of metric, right? And at my high school at least, you had to. You could take whichever subjects you wanted. Obviously, a lot of people did take pre-engineering and pre-medical because that's a popular field. But you were allowed to take it, take any subject. Like you could take a maximum of 4 subjects in O levels of your own choice upon entering. So for me, my optional subjects in O levels were accounting, economics, physics, and ad maths. And then when I went to A levels, where you're only studying 4 subjects again, which is the equivalent of FSC, I think. So over there, I was studying history, economics, psychology, and maths. And then I ended up dropping history because you're allowed to take a minimum of 3 subjects as well. So yeah, but like I always knew I wanted to do something with economics.
All right. So adding to that question, like the people who are in the villages in GB, Chitral, and Punjab, all over Pakistan, the ones who don't have any good idea about social sciences, humanities, and liberal arts. So what would you tell them? Like if someone is watching from there, like he has just a blank idea about only medical and engineering, what would you say? Like what is social sciences?
If you're someone who does not find themselves enjoying what they are studying within the sciences, but you like the research aspect of it, you like the human aspect of it, you want to know how human behavior works and how policies impact countries and how politics works and how the economy works. Like this social sciences basically covers that. Sociology, anthropology, economics, they're all interdisciplinary. So they're a very good, like regardless of whichever field of social science you go into, you always learn something about every other field as well.
Hmm. All right. So, you wanna share about like what are your plans after
Yeah.
pursuing bachelor's from FAS?
Yeah, sure. I do want to do my master's at some point, after which I do want to go into maybe a more public field, like policy making, in particular like environmental policy making, because I grew up in Karachi. Karachi is like a very urban city which has like a lack of green spaces, which has been like really detrimental with the rise of global warming and stuff. So I believe that like implementing green spaces and implementing ecologically friendlier policies within Karachi will help sustain it for like the future, and not just Karachi but also like Pakistan in general, you know.
Mm. All right. So moving to the last question of this conversation, I want to ask your views about your living in diversity, because obviously in FS there are like 60 students from North, which was very new for you. So how did you find that diversity, and how did you how do you engage with the people here at FS?
Luckily at FAS, I can say like most people are very nice over here. So it wasn't very hard
You
adjusting.
have to be
Yeah, yeah,
honest
no, no,
with
I'm being
people.
honest. I'm being honest. I don't think it was that hard adjusting because I knew a little bit about the background with like just in general like the culture up north because of my family members. They work with people up north, and so I knew I knew certain aspects of it, but I took it as an opportunity to get to know a new culture or like a new like way of living that I wasn't used to before. So that was very nice. It was very eye opening.
All right, Faiz, thank you so much for this conversation. Thank you so much for your time. Wishing you
No
all the
problem.
best for the future.
Thank you.
Means a lot. Thank you, bro.